Let me speak to the man who is tired. Tired of waiting. Tired of standing in the shadows. Tired of watching others rise while he stays buried in plans that never take root. You set goals, you dream, you write, you pray. But when you look at your hands, you see nothing but emptiness. And inside, the question grows heavier. Why not me? You are not cursed, you're not abandoned. But you have broken laws you did not even know existed. Laws so exact, so sharp, so spiritual, that not even the strongest prayer can bend them. And these laws have no mercy for ignorance. You have worked. You have built, you have tried again and again, but every time the ground swallowed your effort, every time delay became your companion, every time reward hid itself, and you thought it was fate. But it was not fate. It was you, not your hands, not your lack of effort, not the absence of opportunity. It was your inner world, your thoughts, your beliefs, your secret habits of mind. Most men fail not because they are lazy, not because they lack ambition, but because they are divided inside. One voice drives them forward, another voice whispers them back, one hand builds, the other hand tears down, and so they chase success while housing the very diseases that repel it. They walk east while secretly pulling themselves west, and they call it bad luck. But here is the truth. You do not need more luck. You do not need more talent. You do not need another chance. You need correction. Correction at the level of thought. Correction at the level of spirit. Correction at the level of hidden laws. There are 7 invisible sins, 7 silent parasites, 7 inner conditions that drain power from a man while he works with all his strength. They live in your thoughts, they live in your emotions, they live in your secret doubts, and until you throw them out, your rise will always collapse under their weight. Let me name them to you. The first is doubt. Doubt is the thief of power. Doubt is the murderer of plans. It waits at the edge of every idea. It whispers, "What if it fails?" It whispers, "What if you are not enough?" And the man who listens to doubt gives half his strength to the task and half his strength to fear. That man never sees his seed grow, because faith is the water of success, and doubt is poison to the roots. The second is delay. Delay wears the mask of patience. It says, "Not today, tomorrow is safer." It says, "The time is not right." And while you wait for the perfect season, the seasons pass. While you wait for the sign, your fire goes cold. Delay does not steal in one day, it steals in years. And then a man wakes up and sees gray in his hair and regrets in his soul. The third is envy. Envy is silent fire. You watch another man win, and inside you bleed. You smile outwardly, but inwardly you curse. You call it unfair. You call it luck. But every time you envy, you affirm your own lack. Every time you resent, you close your own door. Because a man cannot attract what he secretly hates, and so envy keeps you in chains while you clap for another's freedom. The fourth is pride. Pride blinds. Pride stops correction. Pride refuses to listen. You think you know. You think your way is best, and so you resist new knowledge. You resist new instruction. You resist the very wisdom that could break your prison. Pride makes a man unteachable, and the unteachable man is doomed to repeat the same failure. The fifth is fear. Fear is the jailer of greatness. Fear exaggerates risk. Fear paints disaster. Fear tells you, stay small, stay safe. And so you remain behind the wall, never knowing what was waiting on the other side. Fear keeps men alive, but it kills their future. Fear keeps men breathing, but not living. The sixth is resentment. Resentment is hidden poison. You think you left the past behind, but you still drink its bitterness. You hold anger against those who wronged you. You carry grudges like stones in your chest. and while you burn inside, your energy for progress fades. No man can build a palace while carrying the rubble of yesterday. Resentment keeps you chained to the scene of your pain. And as long as you refuse to forgive, you refuse to be free. The seventh is aimlessness. Aimlessness looks like movement. You are busy, you are active, you are working, but you are not directed. Your steps scatter, your energy divides. You chase one thing today and another thing tomorrow, and so the years pass with no harvest. Because only the focused beam of sunlight burns through stone, and only the focused man breaks through resistance. These are the seven: doubt, delay, envy, pride, fear, resentment, aimlessness. They are the invisible sins of ambition. They are the diseases of the soul, and most men will die with them. But you are hearing this because you are called to kill them. You are hearing this because you still have time. If you will strip them from your thoughts, you will rise. If you will evict them from your heart, you will attract wealth. If you will break their grip, you will see doors open that no man can close. Listen to me carefully. The laws of wealth are not outside you. They are not hidden in secret vaults. They are not guarded by other men. They are inside you. They are waiting to be unlocked by obedience. You say you want riches. But do you think riches will come to a man who doubts his own worth? Do you think riches will come to a man who delays every action? Do you think riches will come to a man who secretly envies the successful, or resents the past, or refuses to focus? No. Riches obey law, and the law is simple. What you harbor inside becomes your harvest outside. Hold doubt, reap failure. Hold envy, reap lack. Hold fear, reap smallness. Hold faith, reap increase. Hold gratitude, reap abundance. Hold purpose, reap destiny. You see, wealth is not money first. Wealth is order. Wealth is discipline. Wealth is alignment with the law of increase. When your thoughts are clean, your actions will have force. When your heart is free, your words will carry weight. When your inner world is stable, your outer world will obey. Do not ask for another chance. Do not ask for another break. Ask for correction. And correction begins now. From this day, doubt is your enemy. From this day, delay is your death. From this day, envy is forbidden. From this day, pride is shattered. From this day, fear is banished. From this day, resentment is buried. From this day, aimlessness is replaced with burning purpose. You are not cursed. You are not unlucky. You are simply misaligned. But alignment can be restored. And when it is, you will see what few ever see. You will feel your mind become sharp. You will feel your decisions carry weight. You will watch opportunity come to you instead of you chasing it. Because the man who is aligned with law becomes magnetic. He does not beg. He attracts. He does not knock. Doors open. He does not plead. He commands. And wealth, like iron to a magnet, moves toward him. This is your calling. This is your correction. This is your chance to rise at last. Rise not on chance. Rise not on luck, but on law, on discipline, on order. On the 7 corrections that separate the weak from the strong, the poor from the rich, the forgotten from the unforgettable. Choose today, because tomorrow is not promised, and delay is the assassin of destiny. Choose today, and burn every thought that weakens you. Choose today, and step into the law of increase, for if you do, you will not simply rise, you will rise and stay risen. You will build and not collapse. You will sow and you will reap. You will command and the world will obey. And that is the truth no man can silence. Doubt is not just a thought. It is a thief that sneaks in while you are asleep. It hides behind a question and calls it curiosity. Am I really enough? Will this really work? Maybe I should wait for another time. Every time you ask without acting, doubt grows stronger. Imagine a man with a plan to start a business. He knows what he must do. He writes the plan. He sketches the product. But before he acts, he wonders, what if I fail? That small thought multiplies. It grows in his mind like a shadow creeping over sunlight. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass, and the plan dies before it even begins. The man who doubts himself never sees the seed sprout. He waters fear instead of faith. He tills hesitation instead of action. And this is why doubt kills more dreams than poverty ever could. Delay is subtle. It wears the mask of caution and patience. It says, wait until the right moment. It says, tomorrow is better. But tomorrow is a lie the world tells the lazy heart. Imagine a man who has a great idea to serve the world. He thinks, I'll start next month when I have more time. Next month comes. He says, next week will be perfect. I need a sign. Next week passes, years pass. By the time he acts, the world has moved on. The opportunity that was once ripe rots in his absence. Delay is not harmless. It is slow suicide of ambition, and it masquerades as wisdom. Envy is silent. It whispers when you are alone and shouts when you are with others. It poisons gratitude. It compares what you have to what another man has. You see him succeed. You see the reward he has earned, and instead of studying his path, you resent him. You curse his fortune in your mind, and every envy-filled thought pushes wealth further away. Imagine a man who envies his colleague's promotion. Instead of learning what made the colleague successful, he complains. He refuses to adapt. He sabotages his own growth with bitterness. Envy is self-imposed prison, and no man who envies can ever be free. Pride is dangerous because it looks like strength. It makes a man refuse advice. It makes him think he is the smartest person in the room. It blinds him to reality. Imagine a man who is wrong but refuses to admit it. He keeps pushing the same failing plan. He listens to no one. He refuses to study, to learn, to grow, and the world punishes him silently. Pride isolates him. It closes doors of opportunity before he even reaches them. No wealth can survive where pride rules. Fear is the quiet killer. It shows itself as caution. It looks like prudence, but it is cowardice. Imagine a man with a great invention. He knows it can change lives, but he fears criticism. He fears failure. He fears losing everything, so he does nothing. The world never knows what could have been. Fear keeps men safe, but it also keeps them poor. Fear is the jailer of greatness. Resentment is heavy. It chains a man to the past. It keeps him living yesterday while today slips away. Imagine a man who was betrayed by a partner. Years pass, and he still carries anger. Every time he tries to move forward, the old wound opens. Every time he attempts growth, bitterness slows him down. Resentment is invisible, but it kills energy, creativity, and courage. Forgiveness is the only antidote. To forgive is not to forget. It is to free yourself. Aimlessness is invisible chaos. It looks like busyness, but is actually wasted motion. A man who lacks aim does many things. He works, he plans, he chases one opportunity, then another. He spreads energy thin. Years pass, and he wonders why nothing works. Focused action is the weapon of the successful. Aimless action is the trap of the mediocre. A man with aim sees results because every step is intentional. Every move has weight. Now, let me remind you, the man who conquers these 7 sins does not chase luck. He does not beg for opportunity. He creates it. He does not plead for doors to open. He walks through doors that appear because he is aligned, because his mind, his heart, his spirit obey law, because he has removed the parasites that repel wealth. Imagine a mind that commands reality, a mind free of doubt, delay, envy, pride, fear, resentment, and aimlessness. Every plan comes alive. Every word carries power. Every action pulls reward. This is no exaggeration. This is the law. The man who understands this never fails. He does not get rich by accident. He does not succeed by chance. He succeeds by alignment, by inner order, by obedience to laws invisible but real. And this is your path. It is simple. It is direct. It is brutal in its honesty. Strip doubt, kill delay, destroy envy, shatter pride, banish fear, release resentment. Define your aim. Do this daily. Do this relentlessly. Do this without compromise, and doors will open. Opportunities will flow. You will rise because you obey law, not because you asked for favor. Not because you prayed harder than others. Not because you were luckier than others, but because you are prepared. You are ready. You are aligned. And nothing can stop a man like that. Now hear me clearly. Your struggle is over, not because the world changes, but because you have changed. Your efforts will no longer scatter. Your plans will no longer die before birth. Your actions will no longer fizzle in fear. You are no longer divided inside. You are whole. You are magnetic. You are inevitable. The universe recognizes such men. Doors do not resist them. Opportunities do not hide from them. Luck bends toward them. Wealth flows to them, and the world stands still to watch. So rise now, not later, not tomorrow. Now, begin the work of purging your mind. Begin the work of cleansing your spirit. Begin the work of aligning yourself with the law. Your wealth, your success, your destiny are waiting for you. They always were. But only the man who prepares will receive. And the time to prepare is this moment. Doubt can destroy even the strongest man, but courage can be learned. Imagine a young man, skilled in his craft. He knows he has talent, but every time he considers offering it to the world, doubt whispers, "Who will value you?" He hesitates. Months pass. Projects die on his desk. He feels the weight of wasted potential. Then one day he chooses to act despite the voice. He offers his work. He shares it publicly. Critics emerge. Some laugh, some reject. But he keeps going. With every step, doubt weakens. With every step, faith strengthens. Soon, the same work he feared exposing brings opportunity. Doors open. Clients appear. Success is no longer a dream. It was always waiting for him. Doubt only delayed it. And now, he is unstoppable. Delay is another silent killer. A man may wait years for the right moment, a moment that never comes. Consider a man with a business idea. He researches, he plans, he waits for a sign from the universe. Time passes, competitors move faster, markets change, the moment he waited for disappears. But a man who acts now, even imperfectly, grows faster than the man who waits perfectly. Action generates momentum. Delay kills momentum. And without momentum, dreams die quietly. Envy is invisible poison. It infects a man's perception. He sees another's rise and compares. Instead of learning, he despairs. Imagine two friends. One builds a thriving business. The other works the same hours but envies. The envious man complains. The successful man teaches, adjusts, and grows. Years later, the teacher is wealthy. The envious one is tired. The difference? One used the other's success as fuel. The other used it as chains. Envy repels opportunity. It blinds a man to lessons and possibilities. Pride is invisible arrogance. It refuses correction. A man may have a brilliant idea, but he cannot hear advice. He believes he knows best. Imagine a man building a company. He ignores mentors. He rejects criticism. Every mistake costs him. Every failed decision leaves scars. He wonders why success is slow. The truth: pride made him deaf. When he finally humbles, Himself listens and applies knowledge. Growth accelerates. Doors that once closed swing open. Mentors now help him. Resources flow. Pride left, and so did failure. Fear is subtle but powerful. It wears the mask of caution. A man may know exactly what to do. He may see the path to wealth. But fear stops him. Fear tells him to wait. Fear tells him to hide. Fear tells him to stay small. Imagine an artist with a masterpiece. He fears rejection. He fears criticism. He fears bankruptcy. He does nothing. Time passes. The world never sees his work. Another artist takes the stage. The fearful man watches from the sidelines. But when he chooses courage, even imperfect action, doors appear. The audience is waiting. The rewards are there. Courage attracts what fear repels. Resentment keeps men chained to the past. Every betrayal, every insult, every disappointment becomes a stone in the chest. Imagine a man betrayed by business partners. He carries anger for years. Every time he tries something new, the old wound hurts. Energy drains. Decisions falter. He wonders why he cannot succeed. Then he forgives, not for them, but for himself. He frees his mind. He frees his energy. Suddenly, he can build again. Opportunity flows to him. The past no longer controls him. Resentment removed, he rises. Aimlessness destroys men silently. Activity without direction is motion without power. Imagine a man working 12 hours a day. He runs from task to task. He chases money. He chases clients. He chases trends. Yet at the end of the year, nothing is accomplished. His work scattered. His efforts diluted. Now imagine the same man focused. Every action is planned. Every task aligned with one purpose. Every step builds the next. Within months, he sees results. Growth becomes inevitable. Momentum is unstoppable. Aimlessness removed. Focus created. Success follows naturally. Now, hear me clearly. The man who conquers these 7 sins does not rely on luck. He does not pray for doors to open. He creates his own doors. He does not hope for opportunity. He aligns himself so opportunity cannot resist. He does not wish for wealth. He obeys laws so precise that wealth must follow. The world notices a man like this. His word carries weight. His actions carry force. His presence commands attention. He walks into rooms and influence flows. The universe bends for him, not because he is chosen, but because he obeys the invisible laws of success. This is your moment. You are listening now because the message is for you. You are tired. You are weary. You have seen others rise while you waited. But your waiting ends today. Because the power to rise was always in your mind. The power to rise was always in your heart. The power to rise was always in your choices, and the man who chooses action, courage, alignment, and focus cannot fail. Doubt, delay, envy, pride, fear, resentment, and aimlessness, these are no longer your masters. You are the master. You are the commander. You are the magnet. You are aligned with law, and the law responds to alignment. Doors open, opportunity comes, wealth flows. Your life no longer follows chance. It follows purpose. It follows law. It follows destiny. You are rising. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Now the choice is yours. You can return to waiting. You can return to excuses. You can return to scattered effort and silent regret. Or you can rise. You can act. You can purge doubt, delay, envy, pride, fear, resentment, and aimlessness from your mind. You can align yourself with the invisible laws of success. You can step into the life you were always meant to live. Doors will open because you are prepared. Opportunities will come because you are aligned. Wealth will flow because you have created the conditions for it to arrive. The world cannot stop a man who obeys law, the universe cannot resist a man who is ready, and the man who rises is unstoppable. So rise, do it now. Do it without hesitation. Do it without compromise. Because the life you have been waiting for is waiting for the man who refuses to wait any longer. You are that man, and the world is waiting for you.